Let's now move on to our third and final main topic today. And our third and final main topic today gets submitted to us by Fanimator. And Fanimator writes, "Hey John, it's just been announced that Mads Mikkelsen, Hannibal himself, is in talks to replace Johnny Depp in the Fantastic Beasts movies. While I would have preferred Depp to stay around long enough to finish the series, Mads would be a great pick to fill his shoes. Now, he will have been in every major blockbuster franchise. He's in James Bond, he's in Star Wars, he's in Marvel, and now the Harry Potter universe. What do you think of this choice? Thanks, and bring on the filthy." All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, Fanimator. And yeah, look, one of the big topics of conversation around here and everywhere in movie spheres the last couple of days has obviously been Johnny Depp getting removed from the Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts franchise. And we've talked on this show specifically that really Warner Brothers had no choice at this point. They were put into a no-win situation. They had to remove him. So be it. Well, now what do you do? I personally felt that maybe a good option was just to kill the franchise. I mean, between all the controversy with Depp and then all the controversy with Miller and then the controversy with J.K. Rowling herself, the fact that the last Harry Potter, the last Fantastic Beasts movies was the lowest grossing of all the Harry Potter films, it just seems like maybe they should pull the plug on, even though I like the last Fantastic Beasts movies. I like the last one. I kind of don't mind these films. I like watching them, but I kind of felt like maybe it's time to pull the plug. Well, they said they were going to go out and recast it, and it looks like they have, as all the major trades are reporting, that Mads Mikkelsen is in talks to replace Depp. Now, you got to remember that once you get to the stage, and Rob, you and I have talked about this before, once you get to the point that you're now in talks, you're working out the contract and everything, that point means the studio has already decided they want him, and it means he has already decided he wants the role. It's not like they're still in an auditioning process. The studio decided he's our guy. He's decided he wants the role. Now that they've gotten to that point, let's work out details. 95% of the time, once you hit this stage, it becomes a signed and a done deal. There's still a possibility here, though, Rob, that maybe these talks fall apart. So that is a possibility, but it's a 95% certainty right now that he probably will end up being in this role if they're already just trying to work out details and contract stuff. Look, to me, there's no such thing as the perfect guy to play a particular role. Any actor can step. Who would have thought Hugh Jackman was going to be the perfect Wolverine? Everybody hated the casting of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And now we can't imagine anybody else doing it. But I got to tell you, Rob, having seen Crimes of Grindelwald and gotten a feel for this character, this Grindelwald character, Mads Mikkelsen's perfect.
Right.
I mean, he's perfect. Not only is he a world-class actor, which is just always the number one priority, is just get talent. Get talent. That's Mads Mikkelsen. Once you get talent and you have that main most important thing established, now you do the fine, the detailing of finding a good fit. Once you got the main talent down, now find the right fit. Mads Mikkelsen is a world-class talent, and oh my God, he is genetically constructed to play this Grindelwald character. He is absolutely genetically constructed to play this Grindelwald character. So listen, there are several other names they could have come back with that I would have been excited about to say, yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. But I wasn't even thinking Mads Mikkelsen. And here they come along now and say Mads Mikkelsen. Rob, I think, putting all the other noise aside for a second, putting all the controversy and the court drama and everything else, putting that all aside for a second, if you just bring it down to the pure question of there's a Grindelwald role that needs to be filled, and we're thinking about filling it with Mads Mikkelsen, I literally cannot find a flaw in it. I just can't. Anyway, Rob, you heard about this news. What do you make of it?
Well, you know what? The first time I ever saw Mads Mikkelsen was in Casino Royale. 14 years ago, and right. I fell in love with that guy, and of course Brian Fuller's reimagining of Hannibal. He was incredible as Hannibal. I loved him in Rogue One, And he just has a presence, a look and a presence that is so unique. And his voice, you know, his Danish voice, I can't get enough of it. I think he'll be amazing. I think he's a perfect choice to follow up. And I think that Johnny Depp, and I can't think of somebody better that they could cast. And he'll bring something to it that I think is really memorable. Not that Johnny Depp doesn't, but Mads Mikkelsen, there's something about him, something otherworldly. And when he's playing a character that's bad, it doesn't get any better.
He's so good. Well, I mean, look, obviously, one of the bits of controversy that popped up once his name emerged was, we don't want Mads Mikkelsen as Grindelwald. We want him as Hannibal Lecter, damn it. Where's our Hannibal season 4? Which has been, kind of a lot of people have been talking about that. And of course, he did bring listen, I admit, I was late to the party on Hannibal. So I thought, oh, come on, really, Hannibal, but now a TV show? Give me a break. Then I kept hearing about everybody talking about how great it was, how great it was, how great it was. And I think it was after its second season that I went, fine, I'll go watch. Oh my God, it's so good. Hannibal is so good. And him as Hannibal Lecter is just awe-inspiring, which I guess kind of lays the groundwork. Like we see him, like you said, we see him in Casino Royale. What was his name in that? Le Chiffre? We see him in Casino Royale. We see him in Hannibal. I loved him in Rogue One.
He was so good.
Him. He was so good. And he
has a nobility. You know, there was a nobility in him that, you know, even though he was forced to build the Death Star, whatever. I mean, he has this gravitas that a lot of actors just don't have.
No, I agree. Now, and look, I'm on record as saying that I really do quite like Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. And I think the best part of that movie was Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. That being said, and this might sound a little controversial. All things being equal, let's say there was no controversy at all surrounding Johnny Depp right now. Let's say there was none. Everything was normal. Everything was fine. If a studio head came to me and said, you know, John, we've got this new, we got to make this the third Fantastic Beasts movie, but we have the option of swapping out Johnny Depp with Mads Mikkelsen. I'm not convinced I wouldn't just swap it out anyway. Like I just, when you think about what it is he brings to it, but anyway, I don't know. Question for you guys is, this was pretty fast. But you know what, Rob? Let me just bring up that one other point because I almost forgot to mention this. I think this highlights the fact that Warner Brothers has been prepared for parting ways with Johnny Depp and probably had Mads Mikkelsen waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
Maybe for a month or more. And I think this just drives home again the fact that Warner Brothers had already done its own investigation, and now we're just waiting for an actual court to make some sort of declaration so that they could publicly pull the trigger on it and bring him in. I still believe, though, if like the Johnny Depp court case had come back in favor of Johnny Depp, I don't think Warner Brothers would have made the move at that point. I think they just would have stuck with Depp at that point. But I think this highlights that Mads Mikkelsen and Warner Brothers had probably come to a little bit of an agreement weeks, if not a month or longer ago. Don't you think? Like, how do you think that played out?
Yeah, no, I look, as we've always said on the show, when this comes out in the press, when somebody leaks it, if it's whether it's the representatives of the actor or somebody at the studio, these negotiations have been going on for a very long time. This is not something that just happened like yesterday. You know, they talked. The Harry Potter franchise is too valuable to Warner Brothers. They don't do anything. It's not like they're superhero movies where they were just making them willy-nilly and they look in the press like, uh-oh, we're gonna pull back on Zack Snyder's vision. Let's change Batman v Superman. Uh-oh. They don't do that with Harry Potter. I mean,
it's true. All right, guys, question is, what do you think? I mean, look, all things considered, putting everything else aside, there is a role that needs to be filled with Grindelwald. What do you think about the choice of Mads Mikkelsen? I think it's a pretty damn good choice, all things considered. What do you guys think? Jump into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.